Hello there and welcome to the Star Wars Guys YouTube channel where the Force is wait, wrong intro, wrong channel. Welcome to Master Paul's Music and Games. Anyways, I'm Master Paul, joined as always with Phil McCracken. And I know I said we were taking a long break from this, and I think we had a long enough break. But we're back, we're playing some Skyrim, but tonight is not just Skyrim. I'm actually waiting for Crit to come on here. And we're going to be talking about a movie that we recently saw together. Something that I saw for the first time. That being Mad Max 2 Road Warrior, which was the first thing ever of Mad Max that I have ever seen. So we're going to wait until he gets in here. Hopefully he gets in here. And we'll get into that. So Phil, I need to know, how much crying did you do over the fact that I'm playing this again? How teary-eyed did you get?
It's kind of like that ex-girlfriend you remember from high school.
Yeah? Oh, and by the way, not only am I playing Skyrim, but look at the color of my character's hair.
It looks going to be a redhead.
Yep.
Nice.
Just for you, Cash. We're bringing the meme back one more time. So yeah, for those that don't know, I have a long history with this game. I have played it so many times, both on this channel and the main channel. And every single time, Nova says, "I see you're looking for your perfect woman again." Please. I know every single time I start this game, something goes wrong, usually mod related, and I have to start it completely over. Well, I will have you guys know that yes, I do have mods installed. Obviously, you can tell by the character. But we're going to stick this out. I'm not just going to all willy-nilly restart this character over and over and over again, because I know you guys were getting tired of it. I was getting tired of it. So, this is the
we won't be getting an ending? We will get an ending?
You and I both know, Phil, there's no ending to Skyrim.
Well, you'll complete the original game and the expansion.
True. So as always, we are playing as a red-headed vampire with an abnormally long braid. Because, frankly, that's the kind of character I like to play here. So,
yes.
I gotta get some of the boring stuff out of the way first, because yes, not only am I playing Skyrim, not only am I playing a red-headed vampire character, but we're going to be doing some cheating too, because don't think of it as cheating. Think of it as plot armor. Right, Phil?
Cheating, but we won't call it that.
Exactly. That's what I'll keep telling myself to appease my conscience. But anyways, we just got off a great stream over on Phil's channel where we had an amazing conversation with, of all people, Matt Rissman, and we touched on a lot of different topics, didn't we?
Matt, his real title is the CEO, Matt Shiny Rissman of RBN Network.
See, I can't lie. When I knew that we were going to be doing this stream, I thought it was just going to be interviewing Matt on basically him, which we did do. But we touched on just about everything going on right now as far as, the different fandoms and things that we like.
I think it's because it does reflect Matt Rissman, because Matt.
Oh my goodness. Matt, Phil just called you a rat immediately after you went on his channel. How's that for gratitude?
Yeah. But Matt was, he's interested in a lot of things. So when you're getting an interview from him, you gotta take his interest. He does like me, he likes season 3 of Picard.
Yeah.
There goes Crit.
Hey Crit, what's up?
He left.
Oh, he did?
He didn't like season 3 of Picard.
Okay. Well, hopefully Crit comes back because I need him for the main topic. But while we wait for Crit to come back, one other thing I want to talk to you specifically about, Phil, is I have started listening to the stuff I need to for our Deep Purple discussion that we have coming up soon. And so far, I've only listened to, I think, about half of the first album, and it sounds honestly nothing like what we consider classic Deep Purple, be it Ian Gillan or David Coverdale and Glenn Hughes. It honestly sounds like a slightly heavier version of the Beatles, that first album.
You have to remember, early, well, not early, that's about 68, 69.
Mm-hmm.
So you're getting kind of what I would like to call hippie music.
Right. So that's where the Beatles stuff pretty much was at its peak, if not starting to go over that peak.
So, yeah, you get that. You're going to get that. The first three definitely going to seem that way. Then the next four will be totally different, more hard rock, the Ian Gillan
Right.
version. How you're going to like that, I don't know. But then the next three with the Dave Coverdale, Glenn Hughes, I think you're going to like that three the most out of them first three sections.
I expect to, honestly, because you yourself have said that Deep Purple are one of I think like the 3 or 4 bands that ultimately founded heavy metal as we know it. And
Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, Deep Purple. The fourth one, I don't. Some people throw this band. I don't count. Just I count them three. I call it the trilogy of metal. But some people would say I'm trying Vanilla Fudge, which I never seen
never
Vanilla
even heard
Fudge
of
that big. Yeah, Vanilla Fudge is kind of like think of Judas Priest, known, kind of popular, but not up there in popularity.
Oh, hold on. Did you just say Judas Priest isn't that popular?
Well, can you name me their album from 1976?
Sin After Sin.
Okay. You've been listening to Judas Priest behind my back.
I haven't exactly been listening to them as much, but I've done my research.
And don't forget, Judas Priest is they started out late 60s, early 70s.
74 is when their first album came out.
So yeah, they're not. When I say newer band,
They're not part of the new wave of British heavy metal, and we know
no.
that much. Can I just say real quick that all is right in the world once again? Here we are, I'm playing Skyrim, and we're talking heavy metal. That's always how our Skyrim conversations tend to go.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah, so yeah, everything is right in the world once again.
Unless you got donuts, and Yngwie Malmsteen does not like donuts.
I'm gonna get you to like him at some point. We
Not
are going
quite.
to be doing a. Okay, so you're getting me. There's some bands that you're getting me to listen to. Me getting into Black Sabbath ultimately was your idea. Me getting into Deep Purple was ultimately your idea. You know I'm gonna have you return the favor with some bands that I like, right? Malmsteen being one of them, Stryper being another. So yeah. And
Well, number one is correct. That is the first time ever the mention of the phrase is quote in the song "Heavy Metal Thunder."
mm-hmm.
But yet they're credited. That song "Born to Be Wild" is credited because it mentions heavy metal.
Right.
You can also say that is the first heavy metal song.
Crit, is that you?
Yeah.
What's up, man?
I kind of feel weak talking now, so.
Gosh,
okay. I understand. Well, I wanted you specifically to come on here because I wanted to talk about a movie that the two of us watched the other day, and that is Mad Max 2: The Road Warrior. So I'll let you go first, Crit. You said that is... I think you said something along the lines of that is your favorite Mad Max movie, is that right?
Yeah. Besides Fury Road.
Okay.
Um,
So...
um,
So yeah, basically, that was my first Mad Max movie I had ever seen. And honestly, the first I had ever even heard of Mad Max was when I saw the trailers for Fury Road. And just off seeing those trailers, like, whoa, what is this weird movie? This doesn't interest me at all. But then we watched Mad Max Road Warrior, and I thought it was alright. I obviously can't pull up my, I can't pull up my movie ranking list right now, but it would go in the good movie but not my thing category. I respect it enough for what it is, but at the same time, like I said, it feels unfair for me to rank it right now because we did just get off of seeing Alita Battle Angel, and I love that movie. So no, it would be hard for any movie to top that. But anyways, how best would you describe the character of Mad Max? And this is to both of you.
the Drifter.
I like Mel Gibson's Mad Max.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be clear on that. I will not discuss the remake.
That's not a remake, Phil, if you're talking about Fury Road.
Yeah, ain't it a sequel to it?
It's a different story. It's kind of unfair to compare it to Mel Gibson.
I stopped for me after Thunderdome. That's it.
No.
I end there.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe you should rewatch Fury Road. No.
No.
You cannot diss one of the greatest action movies like that.
Phil, if you watch Fury Road, A, I'll watch it with you, but B, more importantly, if you watch Fury Road, I'll watch Caddyshack 2 again.
No, Phil.
He's thinking.
Did you just diss?
He's thinking about it.
Phil? Did you just diss one of the greatest action movies ever made?
I will not watch the remake.
It is not a remake.
No.
It is not a remake. It is a different story. It's not even the same.
Nope.
You're mistaken. It's not a remake. It's not.
Nope.
Oh yeah, that's right. Nova did say that. That's right. We didn't just watch Road Warrior recently. We also watched Beverly Hills Cop. We'll get through Road Warrior first, and then if Crit's still feeling up to it, then we'll talk about Beverly Hills Cop.
Mm.
So, Road Warrior, it's set in this dystopian, I guess, post-nuclear war version of Australia, which surprised me because I was honestly expecting it to be set in America. I don't know why, I just did.
Well, the future doesn't matter because it's all wasteland. So
True. And I think the biggest strength of this movie is it's very much show don't tell. Like, you know more about Max himself, not from what he says, but what he does. Is that about a good way to describe it?
I'm shocked. I'm sorry. Phil, you've not seen Fury Road.
I watched 10 minutes of it, and that was enough for me.
10 minutes?
Were you
You
in
didn't watch the
enough.
full movie? No.
No.
You didn't even get to the part where they had. Oh my goodness. No.
For once, I'm not the source of Crit's mind melting.
It's not for me. Don't have Mel Gibson. If it doesn't have Mel Gibson as Mad Max, it's not a Mad Max movie to me. Sorry.
Okay. So, anyways, continuing on. And the basic premise of this movie is he's, like everyone else in that day and age, was just trying to get fuel to keep his car going and, of course, get, food and supplies like that. And he comes across this encampment that at first he was going to try and raid, but then he finds out there's this other band of raiders that Max has already had a run-in with that are trying to raid the fuel that they have, and so he decides to help them out. And I think it's a kind of a basic story, but it's a story that is well told. And of course, the big threat of this movie is this guy named Humongous, who we never see what he looks like under a helmet. He's literally wearing a knight's helmet that has like a mesh covering over its face, so you can't truly see him other than his eyes. And from the neck down, he's wearing bondage gear. In fact, a lot of the bad guys like to wear bondage gear in this one. So that's...
Well,
I don't
they
know what
did
to think
have.
about
Well,
that.
Explain to us how do you know what bondage gear is, Paul?
well, the future can be, ruthless. So.
That is true. And Phil, I have seen the Nostalgia Critic review of Pamela Anderson's... What is that one movie that she's in? Barbed Wire, that's what it's called.
Phil, you did not even watch the full Fury Road. I'm shocked. One of the greatest action movies ever made.
Is Mel Gibson in it?
It doesn't matter. It's not the same.
That doesn't matter.
It's not the same as the Road Warrior. It's a different beast of a movie.
It's not for me. It's not for me.
The road. I would come. No, you need to give it a chance, Phil. You didn't even get to the part where they're doing the full chase. The whole movie is a whole chase. You didn't even. Oh my! You didn't get to the part where they had the. I don't want to spoil it, but they have like so cool. Phil, how would you not sit through the all because you don't like Tom Hardy as Mad Max? I'm shocked. You need to separate. It's not supposed to be the same. It's supposed to be. It's the same character, but it's not. It's not trying to be Mel Gibson. It's trying to be. It's a different story. It's like this. You know how different people play Sherlock Holmes, right?
Or different people play James Bond. Or different people play the Doctor.
I like certain people to play James Bond, and there are certain people I wish they never were
If you didn't watch the full movie and you're just basing it on who plays Max, that's sad because the whole movie, Max is even important in the movie. I wouldn't say he's the main character. I would say it's actually Charlie's, what's her name? Charlize
Theron or something?
Yes, she's the main character of that movie. Mm-hmm. Well, now me and Paul got forced Phil to watch. I will say this.
Game.
Whoever hasn't watched The Fury Road, it's a much different movie. Take the final 20 minutes of the Road Warrior and extend it to 2 hours. That's Mad Max Fury Road.
See, I might like that movie better than Road Warrior if that is indeed true, because I did like that final chase.
It's what makes the Road Warrior one of the best action movies ever made. But Fury Road, as much as I hate to say it, and it's nothing against the people who like the Road Warrior. I say the Road Warrior is my favorite, but Fury Road is arguably better than the Road Warrior, even though it just recently came out. I think it's one of the best action movies ever made. Fury Road.
So yeah, what did you think basically of the premise of Road Warrior, though? Getting back on topic, where basically he has to help this settlement of innocent people escape.
Well, me and Phil can tell you that's the point of Mad Max. He's a drifter.
Yep.
And he kind of walks into a situation where he's the Road Warrior. That's the story basically. He's there to help.
I'm curious. Did Paul watch the very first movie of the Road Warrior with?
I did not.
No, we just watched. I introduced him. I feel like the Road Warrior is a better movie to introduce Mad Max to someone who's new than the first one. The first one doesn't feel like a Mad Max movie. It feels, and it's kind of boring. No offense to it. No.
It's apocalyptic, but it explains everything about Mad Max, what he started at, and how he.
But Phil, they explain that in the Road Warrior in the first 5 minutes with a really good narration.
Because they don't mention anything about how his wife and child.
He's a myth. Yes, but I like the idea you don't know much about him. He's a myth. He's a legend.
Everywhere
you don't need to know all about Mad Max. He's a myth. It's
For me, I think Paul should watch the very first one.
I would like to at some points.
Because it explains, you see the guy that flies the little, I don't even want to call it a helicopter, the go-kart with a copter like
the gyroplane thing.
Yeah, right. That first movie explains how they knew each other.
Huh.
You know, I mean, I don't want to spoil it.
He didn't know the gyro guy.
Well, yeah, but originally they both were cops.
Really?
Yeah, that's how they started out.
No, I don't think that happened in the first movie.
Yeah,
I've seen the first one. No,
cops.
He did not know the gyro pilot.
No, he isn't a pilot in the first one. He is an officer. He's a cop. They're both cops, highway patrolman cops.
But the gyro pilot plays the same character, but it's a different character in the third one. It just, again, you're looking too deep into it, Phil. A lot of these Mad Max stories are different from each other. You could say that maybe they're not connected at all. Other than the first, the flashbacks.
When you tell someone to watch Godzilla, if you don't watch the first one, then it doesn't explain Godzilla and where it comes from.
But we've watched the Godzilla movies. They always change Godzilla's origin or say that 1954 happened. That's not fair to say.
Yeah. I mean, look at Godzilla Returns, or every single movie in the Millennium era, which we need to get on that, Crit.
But I think he should watch that. See, I see it as just like any trilogy. You watch all three. They make sense.
Yes. Also, by the way, hello, Ian. We're back playing Skyrim, and we're talking about one of the Mad Max movies. And then
Skyrim.
Yep. And then the bad guys, Crit. Especially, who arguably was the real bad guy? Was it the guy with the red mohawk, or was it Humongous?
it was humongous, and everyone was following humongous. So,
But at the same time,
just walk away. Just leave the oil and walk away. Come on, how can you, why you didn't like that?
no. I'm not
Just
saying
walk
that.
away.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, from my point of view, Mohawk guy did more.
Yeah, because he was the main henchman for humongous. No, my dog must put my dog on a leash.
And Ian in the chat saying Skyrim. Of course, Phil's here. Mm-hmm. Always is.
Wouldn't happen any other way.
Yes.
Well, we're now at the impasse because Phil's never seen Fury Road. So now he needs to see Fury Road, and he needs to sit down and watch the whole movie because he didn't even watch the whole. Phil, you stopped watching when the movie actually started.
No.
Yes. Then you have no right to force Michael to watch Caddyshack 2.
Mel Gibson is not there. There's no point in me being there.
Nope.
That's unfair, Phil.
That's unfair.
Would you guys watch a Picard show without a different actor playing Picard?
Would you watch someone not William Shatner?
Yeah.
Would you watch a new Mad Max movie with old Mel Gibson, even though he's supposed to be?
People get old.
Even though he's supposed to be young.
It's okay. You can be an elderly Mel Gibson playing an elderly.
But it's not the same thing. What if they want to make more Mad Max movies? It's kind of unfair because Mel Gibson's in age and he probably doesn't want to do it no more.
Not to mention.
So I'm fine with Tom Hardy with Mel Gib. I'm fine with Tom Hardy as Mad Max.
Well, I can understand that, but
then you have no right to force Michael to watch Caddyshack.
That is apples and oranges.
No,
that is apples and oranges.
No, me and Paul. Paul, take it away.
Well, first off, regarding to Ian, I am kind of talking a bit quieter than usual because my grandmother's about to go to bed. She's already fussed at me once for waking her up earlier this week, and I don't want to do that again. But I do think I'm gonna watch Fury Road, Phil, and I would like you to join me.
No.
Okay.
Then no Caddyshack 2.
And no honey.
No
that's
Caddyshack
fine.
2.
That's fine.
No Caddyshack 2.
No, that doesn't have anything to do with it, correct? Even if I told Paul today, Paul, we can't do Caddyshack 2. It's not Paul. It's Michael.
By your logic, we should say, I won't. I can't watch Star Wars without James Earl Jones as Vader, even though he's played by a different actor. In the prequel.
It doesn't matter. You can have any voice actor play if he sounds like James Earl Jones. Then
Sebastian Shaw.
He's only the man.
Why is Sebastian Shaw as Anakin? It's not.
He's an older Anakin.
Okay, what about Ian? Why is Alec Guinness not in the prequels? Why is it?
Well, logically, because he's dead. But if you're to say to me, who is Obi-Wan, Alan McGinnis, or what's his name? I want to say Alec McGinnis. It's kind of like arguing about James Bond. Yeah, I like Sean Connery. I like what's his name, Roger Moore, and I like the guy who came afterwards.
Again, Phil, it's not the same. It's not the same movie as The Road Warrior. You need to get that.
No.
It's not the same series. No.
Is it Mad Max?
Yes.
Okay, and is Mel Gibson in it?
No.
Then I'm not watching.
But you don't need Mel Gibson. If you play the Mad Max game, it's a different act. It's another different person.
There's a movie or a TV show coming out, and it's going to be TNG, but it isn't going to have Picard in it. There's going to be a new actor playing Picard. Are you watching it?
Hold on,
Are
Phil.
you
Hold on,
watching
hold on, Phil.
Picard?
Hold on, guys. We've already, Phil, that analogy, we've already had that with Star Trek Continues. We've
No, no,
had
no.
Vic
Hold
Mignogna
on, hold on.
playing Kirk.
That's fine. Do we have another person playing
That's
Picard?
fine.
Do we have someone playing Picard?
Yes, we have an
Okay.
android playing Picard.
Fury Road
Yeah,
has
but
something.
You
Fury
have
Road
playing
is
it. No. And if you
Fury
don't,
Road is made by the same director and who made the original Road Warrior. He wrote it too.
that's
So
fine.
it's the original creator making a new.
That's fine. I am not going to watch it. I don't have any interest in it. I like the 3 Mel Gibson movies, and that was more than enough, and I was fine with that.
Where do you want to go?
Nope.
So,
I'm not accepting that. Nope.
well, yeah, it's what you
I'm
accept.
sorry, but maybe Fury Road. I'm gonna say it. Fury Road is better than all 3 of those movies.
In your opinion.
Here's this. I acknowledge the Road Warrior as my favorite, but I can also acknowledge that Fury Road is arguably the better of those movies.
And
It's a movie I went to it was one of the best movie experiences I went going to the theater.
well, that's
And
good. I'm
the
glad.
fact that you did not watch the whole movie. You did not watch the whole movie. You only watched the first 10 minutes.
I will tell you this: if I was at the movie theater and I watched it for 10 minutes, I would have got up, walked out, and asked for either a different ticket to a different movie or my money back.
No.
I
Why?
just don't like it. It's you're not going to.
Okay. Here's the thing. Here's the thing, Phil. And I'm being serious now. All jokes aside, don't you think you're making a bigger deal out of this than it probably needs to be?
I'm just sticking to my guns. I don't like it.
But at the same time, they're sticking to your guns, and then they're saying such extreme things as, if I saw this in the movie, I would demand my money back just simply because one actor was there.
From what I seen and what I watched, I didn't like it.
Okay,
And I'll
fine.
be honest.
I'm
going into the
But
into
Phil,
the show. If
the
there's no
movie-
Mel Gibson, there's no.
I don't want to spoil the movie, but the movie is mainly this one big thing that is pretty much throughout the whole movie. You left before that thing started.
I'm
I'll
glad
spoil it. It's a chase. There's a full chase. The whole movie is a chase. You left before the chase began, and that's the best. And that's the best part. That's
Mel Gibson,
a
man.
non-stop thrilling action spectacle that
And
you
there
left.
wasn't in the second and the third Mad Max movies with Mel Gibson.
You don't need Mel Gibson to make a wonderful action movie based in the Mad Max
I
universe.
do need someone else to play Mad Max.
You don't like Tom Hardy.
I don't like a
Venom.
remake. Look, Craig, as much as you know me, there's a lot of remakes I don't like. I'm not a fan of the.
You did not watch all of. You need to watch.
No, I don't.
It's not fair, Phil. You did not watch the full movie.
Oh, look,
You did not watch the full movie. I do not accept your criticism.
Galactica, but I'm not a fan of it. I won't say it was the best one. I still lean towards the original. And if I never had watched the remake of Battlestar Galactica, it didn't hurt me none. It didn't hurt me none.
I'm
No.
going to
I'm sorry,
guys. I'm going to go ahead and put an end to this argument. That way we can all calm down and talk about something else, okay? So, closing the book on the whole Mad Max thing, as far as Road Warrior goes, I give it a 6.5, maybe 7 out of 10. What about you, Crit?
I give that movie a 10 out of 10.
Alright.
Or 9 out of 10.
Alright, fair enough. Phil, if you were to rank Road Warrior, what would you give it?
Road Warrior 1?
Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior.
That one?
There's only one Road Warrior, and that's Mad Max 2. I don't even like calling it Mad Max 2. I call it The Road Warrior.
Well, there is another movie before that, and that is Mad Max.
Okay.
You can call it whatever you want, Crit. It's still Mad Max.
Well, I'll
as far
say
as
this.
the movie, what we're talking about, though, Phil, what do you rank it?
I told you, 7 out of 10.
All right, that's all I
7 out
need
of
to
10.
know. So with that, let's now talk about something else. Let's talk, since Nova brought it up, let's talk Beverly Hills Cop now. That I liked probably, I'd say, more than Road Warrior.
Ooh.
I know.
I like Beverly Hills. I think you're throwing too much shade on the Road Warrior.
I'm not. I'm just telling you my honest opinion. I don't hate it. It just wasn't my type of movie. But anyways, Beverly Hills Cop, I actually really liked that one because we get to see more of Captain Jellicoe getting humiliated. Although he wasn't as annoying here as he was in Chain of Command. Would you guys say that's right?
Yeah.
Phil?
Yeah.
Okay, we didn't piss you off, did we?
No, it's opinion.
Okay. I'm just
I'm
checking
not
on
mad
it.
at anybody. If I was mad, I would say I was mad. But no. I have opinions on Beverly Hills Cop. First
Okay.
one is good. I won't say it's the greatest. Good. But even though I've seen the second and the third, should have stopped just one.
We don't need to don't talk about the third one now.
So basically, Eddie Murphy plays this cop named Axel Foley, and he had his best friend murdered over a shady deal involving German bear bonds, I believe they're called, that were each worth 10,000 euros, I want to say. And Axel wants to find out who killed his friend, and this gets him entangled with this shady art dealer. And the movie uses the Crazy Frog song as its theme song. I'm not joking. It is legit the dun 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 dun. It is legit that from Crazy Frog, even though I know Crazy Frog came later.
Sure, that'll do just fine. Go on ahead. Until next time.
So, Eddie Murphy, of course, is the main character here, and I think Eddie Murphy did a great job with what he was given. I think he did a heck of a better job than what he did with Donkey in Shrek.
Can't wait to kill another Imperial.
I know that's not a... I know that's probably not a good comparison to make, but it's the only other Eddie Murphy role that I know.
He was the dragon in Mulan, the animation.
I never saw Mulan.
I'm not, just remember, I said the animation, not the actual live-action movie.
Okay.
The animation
Yeah, I
is
never...
a lot better. It's a lot better.
Yeah, I never saw either version of Mulan, and honestly, from what I played of the Mulan sections of Kingdom Hearts 2, I'm not really in any hurry to. Nova says
I might have to get some smelling salts, Phil.
Are you okay, Chris?
No, you should watch the original Mulan, because that's one of my favorites too. That's why I hated the remake a lot.
Maybe. That's the best I'll say for now, is a maybe. And Nova says in the chat that was funny when you said that in the watch party.
After I shot you, I finally realized my mistake and tried to turn myself in. Your body was gone. The guards did not believe me. They said I was wasting their time. I had to pay them to put me in this cell. It is where I belong. I fight with you. Or die defending you. Yes, I accept. I feel lighter in my heart now you have given me this opportunity. It will be like old times.
So, Crit, did you catch any of the stream that Phil did with...
Joke about such things, my friend.
Yes,
He was in the chat.
What'd you think?
I liked it. I was listening, and I went to take a nap afterwards, and
I gotcha.
it was a nice little stream that Phil had.
Yeah.
What's next? You want to talk? Pooling our resources.
Second.
All set?
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. I have a letter here for you. Ah, a letter from the Jarl. Moving up in the world, eh? Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Echo.
Beyond imagining.
I know.
I
know.
Cash money.
I believe they must
Cash
have
Yes,
entered
that
into a
guy.
forgotten
Cash
city.
went to bed, I think.
My brother went in a few days
He had a
ago
busy
and
day.
hasn't returned.
I'm
I
sure
think
he
it was
did.
on
I
3
need
live
someone
stream.
I can count on to go in
Yeah.
after him and bring him back
You there.
alive.
The Dawn Guard
I've
is
heard
looking for
great
anyone
things
willing to
about
fight
you,
against
which
the
is why
growing
I'm asking
vampire
for your
menace.
help.
What do you say?
I'll be waiting for you in the ruins. Please hurry.
That's what everybody says.
And remember,
Right up until they find their
riches
throat being ripped
beyond
out by a pack
imagining.
of hungry vampires.
Cassia.
If you change your mind and decide to join the fight before it's too late, talk to Ezron at Fort Dawn Guard, southeast of Riften.
Phil, did you watch Alita Battle Angel?
No.
Would you be willing to?
I got my days pretty booked. If I could squeeze a day, I'll let you know.
Okay. I definitely think that that's something that you'll really like. Because I went into it completely blind to the whole thing and came out wanting to look up everything else to do with Alita.
You gotta get your brother and about it.
Yeah, I will. Oh, by the way, Phil, I just remembered. You know how we were talking the other day about my frustrations with the Postal Service and how they're holding a certain package?
You got it.
I didn't get it yet, but I got a text from the Postal Service today saying that it made it to my local post office here in town, so it's pretty much a done deal that I'm going to get it tomorrow.
So you probably get it tomorrow, latest Tuesday.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to getting
All that
this.
money you spent on a bona fide flashlight.
Yep.
It's okay. People have spent money on worse.
Oh, yeah.
So were you able to fix your issues so that you can play Hogwarts?
Nope, not yet. And like I said, I'm kind
You
of
added the RAM, right? You already added the RAM?
Oh, no, not even that yet.
Did you see a dog out there? Oh, well.
But I'm
You're
kind
still
of
waiting on RAM?
Reward for a dog he saw on the
I
road.
ain't even ordered it
I
yet.
was hoping you'd seen it. Guess I'll stay on the
But
Shame on you.
Keep
I
your nose
know.
clean while you're here,
Truthfully,
officer.
I'm kind of undecided if I even want to. Because there's a part of me that would rather spend the money and get a console and play Hogwarts Legacy on console.
Yep.
So I'm kind of undecided as to which way I want to go, because what I'm scared of is suppose I do get the RAM, but knowing how much of a resource hog Hogwarts Legacy is, suppose more RAM doesn't fix it.
Take a seat and get the cold out.
Well, we had to go get a new graphics card because somebody couldn't play hers. So she got the new Intel Arc 770, which then required a new motherboard, which required then new RAM, which required now a new hard drive and power supply, which ended up costing more because we had to get a new tower because it didn't fit.
So basically you built an entirely new PC.
Yeah.
Acquainted with the less savory
Yeah.
side of Skyrim?
Yeah, see,
Look,
I
The
can't
person is
justify
lucky
that.
because I will tell anybody today, if you're getting a new video card as of today, getting an Intel Arc A770 Legendary. Get that.
Yeah, I do intend within the next 2 years to do another PC build. One that I actually build myself, because as I've mentioned multiple times, the one that I'm currently running I didn't build. I basically bought it secondhand from my friend Nate. But I'd still like to do a build of my own at some point, so if I do that, I probably will make it an Intel build.
I suppose what I'm asking.
Well, I would stay with an NVIDIA card, but since ABG isn't making video cards anymore, and I would kind of trust an Asus NVIDIA card, the Intel one is the potential over the next couple years of that card. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you are right, and I know most people have 16 RAM of memory in their system. And a lot of games aren't calling for that amount, or they are. It's right there at the threshold. Still think you're better off if you're building a new computer going 32, at least 32.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm planning on doing at this point. Is if I did do another PC build, it's going to be basically the best of everything that I can do for it.
And I know a lot of people have computers, and mine included, has 2 hard drives. It's SSD and HDD.
Mm-hmm.
If you're building, I would say for your Windows, put it on an internal SSD.
Don't you dare say external. You know my
But I
answer to
would
that.
say for a secondary one, I would go with the external.
Nope.
It's cheaper and
Nope.
Yep.
I
Will be converted.
I want it to be all one piece. And here's the thing, Phil. I already have an external hard drive. But
I mean, for putting games on it, it's not a big deal.
I know, but I still want it to be all just part of the same system. And just
So you would go with 2 hard drives then?
Yes, I would. Specifically 2 solid states. Technically,
don't
I have
forget
3.
the externals now are solid states. I mean, there's a couple.
I know. I know.
I mean, I would have went if it was this one was priced better, but if I had my choice, I would have went with a Barracuda HHD. But that's specifically designed for gaming. But this one I have now is just as good, and it's SSD.
Donations are always appreciated. Oh, you want the stuff back?
The one thing I couldn't convince someone to do was go liquid cool. They decided they were going to go with fans, so.
Yeah, liquid cool is a bit too big of a risk for me.
Yep. I would always tell people, go with the closed system. You don't have to mess with refilling. You know. But I wouldn't get one of them computer builds where everything is liquid cool. Then you have tubing everywhere. No.
Yeah, that's far too risky. But check this out, guys. We're gonna go ahead and I know I just started the character, but we're gonna go ahead and shut it down here for the night.
You didn't listen to Cash Money, did you?
He was talking about a different game.
So it's only when it's a specific game.
Yes, when he was talking about Persona 5.
Don't sound very convinced.
But
Isn't that when you're playing on easy mode too?
yes.
Okay.
But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and shut it down here for the night. That way I can get enough sleep for work in the morning, because I did not sleep very well last night. In the meantime, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to hit like and subscribe if you haven't already.